This is What's Now, continuing our discussion on technology, but right now, digital addiction. In fact, there's an all-new series on A&E called Digital Addiction, where it dives into this topic. It focuses on the real lives of families and individuals who struggle with this. And I spoke with a digital addiction coach who is on this series recently. Let's take a look. From the Emmy Award-winning producers of Intervention comes a new series which spotlights a growing mental health issue, A&E's Digital Addiction. Today we have the opportunity to speak to a top coach from the series and former addict, Craig Para, about the frightening and damaging world of digital dependency. Craig, thanks for being here today. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I'm very much looking forward to hearing more about this and about your experiences. But let's start with just describing what's happening here and describing the series.
Yeah, the series brings us into people's lives at their lowest point, consumed by technology. My episode, there were two young men addicted to video games and pornography. They were slowly on this downward spiral for quite some time, and I got to meet them at their lowest point. It was very powerful.
And what made you decide to become a part of this series?
I lost you. I'm sorry.
What made you decide to participate in this series?
I love attention, and it was a great opportunity for me to do what I do best, and that's helping people. And I love, taking my own trials and tribulations and bringing them to people at their low points and helping them turn their lives around. So it was a really easy answer for me. It was a lot of fun, actually.
Oh, that's good to hear because you have an experience with this. Tell me about your personal journey with this addiction.
I do. I'm the cliche midlife crisis. 11 years ago, I had gotten fired from my second job. My wife was done. She had had enough. I had lost myself in so many different ways. I ended up being hospitalized for 3 days. And at that low point, I said to myself, I am never coming back to this place. I don't care if I have to dedicate the rest of my life to self-help. That's what I'm going to do. And that's what I did.
And in fact, you're a top coach for professionals, executives, and leaders. Tell me about that.
Sure, sure. I work with people now, 27 countries. I've worked with titans of industries, personalities, professional athletes, and hardworking men and women all over the world, 27 countries who are losing themselves in some form of technology. And I have the unique privilege of helping them at that low point, getting them back on track. It's awesome.
It really is. And, there's so many questions and rumors and falsehoods that surround digital addiction that I assume the series will dive into. But how people are so concerned about something being an addiction. Is there a way to know when it is an addiction? Is this something that will be addressed in the series when this is something to be concerned about as opposed to just, maybe something you're spending too much time on?
Yeah, no, the show absolutely addresses that. And it becomes an addiction when you can't stop. And you're going to see in these two dynamic late 20s twins, David and Daniel, the talented, good looking, but they're lost. They hate themselves. They're isolating. They're hiding. They're lying. They're defensive. They're certainly not living up to their potential. And we got to see them at their low point. And again, very, very powerful. Really, really, really just a deep dive into their personal lives.
And after watching the series or, any part of it, do you think audiences will come away feeling terrified of technology or feeling hopeful? Or how do you hope that audiences will respond to this?
I hope they respond with a little bit of both. I think what makes the show so powerful is that it is relatable. We're going to see ourselves in these people who have lost themselves to digital technology. And I also hope that they see there's hope. The other side of this isn't mediocrity and malaise. It's a great life. It's self-esteem and great relationships and purpose and passion and love. That's the way to beat these digital addictions. So I hope people are scared, say, wait a minute, I don't want this to happen to me. And I also hope that they see that hope and use it in their personal lives and let it be a reflection point and an action point where they decide to start doing something about it.
Craig, where can we find more information about you and about the series?
Sure, you can find me on the web at themindfulhabit.com. That's themindfulhabit.com. And the show airs on Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern on A&E, and it's available for streaming the day after.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Craig. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today. Looking forward to tuning in to Digital Addiction on A&E. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you, Christine.